round 16 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Switzerland, presented by iXS here at Frauenfeld-Gaggenau. And it was Jorge Prado grabbed an early lead, closely followed by Thomas Covington and Hunter Lawrence, the Australian, sneaking at the inside of the American on the very first lap. Prado led. Hunter Lawrence was second, Covington was third, Thomas Olsen was fourth. A few places further back was the number 1 of Paul's Jonas. Jonas having to work hard just to get through the field in the early stages, but when he did find some clear space, he was quickly onto the rear wheel of 19 Thomas Olsen, challenging for 4th. Jago Hirzo wasn't so lucky. The Khmer Yamaha rider went out through the wave section. Not sure on his status at the time. Hopefully he'll be okay for tomorrow, but he certainly looks a little bit second-hand. Kevin Verlanderen didn't make a great start either, but he quickly advanced through the field into 10th with a move on Marshall Welton. But a mistake from Prado meant that Hunter Lawrence was a new leader on lap 5. The Australian then led for 3 laps. Stefan Rubini made a great start. He was 7th, but eventually came home in 9th place as Verlanderen continued to push through the field, picking off the Frenchman en route to an eventual 7th place for Team HRC. Covington was comfortable back there in 3rd place, but for not much longer, because despite riding his luck on 1 or 2 occasions, Jonas kept him honest. A mistake from Lawrence saw him surrender the lead to Jonas's teammate Jorge Prado, as Verlanderen found his way past Michele Chervelin. That put the number 10 on HRC's Honda to 7th, which is where he would stay. Jonas got close to Covington in the latter stages, but backmarker troubles halted his charge, and eventually he had to settle for 4th behind Covington. But it was Jorge Prado for the 8th time this year taking the qualifying race win in MX2 from Hunter Lawrence. Top 8 then: Jorge Prado, Hunter Lawrence, Thomas Covington, Paul Jonas, Thomas Kjær-Olsen, Ben Watson, Calvin Verlanderen and Michele Chervelin.
Yeah, you know, I had a hold shot and then I was pulling a gap. I was running really good, feeling good, and just I think I came a bit too hard into the corner and leaned way too much and got stuck. You know, my foot got stuck in the rut, so yeah, I just made a small crash, but luckily, you know, laps later I was catching up to Lawrence, and yeah, he stole the bike, so happy with the win and really feeling ready for tomorrow.
In MXGP, over on the left-hand side, Jeffrey Hurlings thought he made a good start. He held it nice and tight on the exit as Geiser led. Hurlings did, though, come out second, but caught the rear wheel of Geiser through the middle of the turn. Hooked his front wheel in the air. He went down. His teammate Koldenhoff ran into the back of him. Hurlings was at the back of the grid. Cairoli was about 5th, though, just ahead of Paul Ann. But it was Geiser who led from Dessau, from Anstey, Siwa and Cairoli. Paul Ann was in 6th in the early stages of the race. Febvre not too far behind either, alongside his teammate Jeremy Van Horebeke. Overnight rain left the circuit in perfect condition, a little rutty in places, but technical as well. Cairoli, though, started to apply the pressure to Anstey as he went after 3rd place. The 2 Yamahas were doing the same, but it was the privateer Yamaha of Siwa that led the factory Yamaha of Romain Febvre. Cairoli continued to pick his way through. First of all, it was past Anstey to get him into 3rd. He went after Dessau for 2nd. Hurlings, though, on the charge. This pass on Lupino got him up into 13th place. Then he found his way past Lieber. Eventually he found his way past Bobryshev, but the Monster Energy Yamaha Febvre had to be forceful to take the position away from Jeremy Siwa. Siwa then fell from 6th, remounted in 7th, but eventually came home in 8th because Hurlings was still charging through the field. Found his way past Bobryshev, and up front, Cairoli, finally, with 4 laps to go, found his way past Clement Dessau on the Monster Energy Kawasaki. A rear brake issue was the reason why Geiser could not charge for the entire race. An easy pass in the end for Cairoli to take over the lead. Anstey, Dessau, Febvre all jostled for that 2nd place. Febvre found his way past the Brit on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna to get himself into 3rd, and then this pass on Dessau put the Frenchman on the Monster Energy Yamaha into 2nd. Meanwhile, Van Horebeke, his teammate, was dishing out the elbows to Hurlings, who tried to muscle his way across. The Belgian He did eventually go through, and this pass on Geisel on the final lap put Herlings in 6th. It was a hard charge through the field, but it was Cairoli for the 4th time who was victorious in qualifying in MXGP. 2nd was Roman Fevre, 3rd Dessau, Anstey 4, Paulin 5, Herling 6, Geiser and Siwa, your top 8.
Yeah, I know I had a good rhythm, but I very struggled a lot to find the rhythm in the beginning of the race with Clement. He was riding good and he was shutting down the doors to pass, so I didn't want to make a mistake and fell, but so I tried to wait a little bit and see where I could make a pass. In the end, we worked out, I passed him, and then I passed him, that he was a little bit tired, I think, because he dropped back. But okay, looking forward for tomorrow. I think it's going to be a nice race. The track is nice. Hopefully we can make it a good GP.